you're creating your own rules. A part of magic is to have trust and faith in the process, faith in yourself, and something that you can actively work towards. You can't be delusional when doing love spells. Hey guys, welcome to my channel, The Witch Act. My name is Sienna, and today I'm going to be talking about the things I wish I knew before I started witchcraft. Today I'm trying something a little bit different out. Usually I write notes for my videos, but today I wrote just topics that I want to talk about and have more of a flow when talking. The first thing I want to talk about are subtle senses. When going into the craft, you look for very large emotions or large, big, grand gestures, but really a lot of it comes down to subtle senses, connecting to the senses you already have and expanding beyond that into the psychic realm. I find that the subtle senses are a big part of the practice. The subtle senses have you feel more connected to your body. It helps you be in tune with your intuition all of the time, not just in moments when you're giving an offering or when you expect to receive a sign. It's more connected to nature and connected to the spirit of the earth. So subtle senses can be scrying in the mirror and seeing your face change, but it also connects to when you're outside and you think you see something that's not actually there. That in itself can be a sign from spirit that, hey, this is us communicating with you. This is how we communicate. Or subtly feeling goosebumps or feeling into your body when you feel anxious, or feeling into your emotions and remembering, I need to come back to my body and see how I feel. Those are subtle senses that help you connect with not only yourself, but with your spirit team and your guides. So subtle senses are really important and something that I didn't think about much when I was first starting off. I wanted the grand gestures. There's been times where I feel really out of touch with my spirit guides or just my own intuition, and I find that changing your environment helps you receive more signs. A fresh new perspective and even being in a new place can give you a fresh lens in a sense. If you're in the same old routine, you feel stuck, you feel stagnant in your energy, but as soon as you change your environment or go to a new coffee shop or talk to a new friend, they start talking about things that you've been reflecting on, you've been writing about. Or if you go to a new location, you may see crows or you may see a specific sign of your ancestors that you haven't previously seen. I find this to be incredibly encouraging. If you ever feel stuck, going to a new location or a new environment can really freshen up your perspective again and make you feel encouraged in your craft. Another thing I wish I knew when starting witchcraft is to reflect over your journals. This kind of connects with feeling stuck in your craft. Reflecting over your journals help you see, I had insight previously that could help me in my daily. It helps reestablish faith in yourself because you're like, I have this intuition, I am smart, I am in touch with my spirit guides. My spirit team was connecting to me in the past and I didn't realize it, but I can see now that in my journals that my spirit team was connecting and communicating with me, and you can see how insightful you are. You aren't dumb, you are connected, and it just helps to reflect over your journals to feel that motivation again and see, oh my gosh, I am connected. Create your own correspondences with your herbs, with the moon, with crystals. Connect with the spirit that you're working with, because it heightens your own intuition to be able to communicate with the spirit and see what kind of energy it has, and creates a strong relationship. Because herbs are spirit allies, your deities are spirit allies. It's important to research and see what other people have come across, but it's also really important to strengthen your own intuition within yourself and also connect with the spirit to see what is it trying to tell you, what can it help you with, and maybe even backing it up with other research can help. But once you get this down, you can really see it really helps to just strengthen your own intuition, and it's all about building trust within your craft and within your creativity. And it's just beautiful to see, oh, I thought that this could help with this, and research backs it up, so I am right in this sense. Or even the whole point of spirituality is creating your own practices. So if you find that you think it does this, but there's no research backing it up, it's part of experimenting with your craft and seeing if it does correlate in your craft. So that's the beautiful part of witchcraft, is the experimental part of it. and finding that you're creating your own rules. We talk a lot about compatibility with star signs, but there's also compatibility with your tools, with your herbs, with everything you work with the spirits that you work with. I think it's really important to connect back in with, am I even liking what I'm working with? Do we have a flow? Do we have a compatibility? Is there something that I dislike about this? You want to have compatibility with the tools you're working with so that there's an alliance and a collaboration when you are working together. You don't want the spell to not work because you didn't think about, if I really have a compatibility with this herb or with this spell, if I really truly care about the correspondences it has. Having compatibility with the aesthetics is connecting to who you want to be as a person. It comes back into manifestation and what you wish to make public and what you wish to be as a person. So if something is not connecting with you and your spirit, why would you want to use it? If it's not connecting to your final goal of what you see yourself as and what you want to represent you as a person, then don't align with it. Don't use it in your work. When I started witchcraft, all I could focus on were love spells, love spells, love spells. Love spells can make you obsessed in return. If you aren't doing tarot readings prior to doing love spells, it can be detrimental to your practice and to your self-image because you're focusing on attracting love from someone else. I would really focus on, and what I wish I knew when going back was focusing on self-love before attracting other people's love, because you're seeking for external validation when really inside you want validation from yourself. So love spells make yourself obsessed with them, obsessed with the results, and that's not a part of magic. A part of magic is to have trust and faith in the process, faith in yourself, and something that you can actively work towards. When you do a spell, you're supposed to follow up with external work. So say you do a money spell, you pick up more shifts. You follow up with things that can support the spell, because it's not blindly doing it. You can't be delusional when doing love spells. And love spells make you fall into delusion a lot of the time. At least for me, I've been delusional a lot of times when doing love spells. So coming from a grounded place when you do want to do love spells, or even coming from a perspective that I want to enhance the love that's already there, and maybe asking the person, can we do a love spell together? Because it can be more fun with consent. I've fallen to psychosis many times within my practice. When I first started out, I fell into a psychosis a few times, like a couple of times or triple times, 3 times. In the beginning, I fell into a psychosis, and although I do believe that the things that took place during my psychosis are spiritual and what happened was a part of my spiritual journey, I do wish I knew more that drugs can be mind altering and you should be using them with intention, sparingly, and not daily use, because it can be dangerous when you're using it every day. And it can lead to a psychosis, a state of mind, and ruining your life where you don't have a job anymore. You're not going to school anymore. You're not working towards anything. You're lost in delusion and you're confused and you're paranoid. One thing I wish I knew, paranoia in a practice means you should step back and tune back into your needs, your self-care, and connecting with your family and connecting with your friends. The paranoia segues into intrusive thoughts. If you're having a lot of intrusive thoughts, I would ground myself back into me as a person. Those intrusive thoughts may be telling you that you're afraid of something else. Don't forget about seeking professional help, even if you are diving into witchcraft. Professional help in therapy and medical help. In the beginning of my witchcraft, I would think that I only want holistic health, but I'm not 100% educated in holistic health yet, so I can't only rely on holistic health. And sometimes it is important to rely on medication from big pharma, even though there are a lot of annoying circumstances where they don't completely support us as humans. It's okay to rely on all the resources that are provided to you. When focusing on like mental health diagnosis, it's easy to say, well, what if I'm crazy? But I like to take myself out of the equation and say, if someone else had a mental health diagnosis and they were coming to me with spiritual beliefs, I wouldn't discredit their spiritual beliefs just because they have a mental health diagnosis. So I shouldn't do it to myself either. And I think it's really important to remember that spiritual connections can be related to mental health, and that's okay, and it doesn't discredit what you're experiencing in your spiritual realm. And it's also important, if you think that your spiritual practices are taking down your mental health, then you may need to take a step back. So just keeping in touch with your needs and how you're feeling, and always keeping in contact with, what do I need right now? How do I feel? Am I balanced? Am I not? Is my practice helping me or hurting me? Because your practice should be helping you, and if you feel like it's hurting you, you may need to redirect your energy back into self-care, because self-care can even be a practice in itself. It's rituals and routines. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave down in the comments some things you wish you knew before you started witchcraft. Please continue to support me, follow, like, subscribe. I would love if you left down criticism or videos you would like to see from me in the future. Thank you for watching.